Let's talk about love, like you and me all night, and let's talk about love, and feeling alright, and let's talk about love. Yeah, baby, come and dance with me. You're everything I'll ever need. So let's talk about love.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing good. This is a very impromptu, quick Tropey Tuesdays live because I'm not feeling the greatest. I normally schedule these for around 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and we go for about 30-ish minutes just discussing the tropes. This will be the same thing, just at an earlier time, and I'll do hopefully get through as quick as I can because I'm not feeling the greatest. Um, okay, let me introduce myself. Hello, hi. My name is Dee, and I publish under the pen name Skywinter and Lily Love. Lily Love is the newest addition to my pen name. It's the name that I started. It's a clean, sweet romance pen name that I started for my Patreons. It's publishing romance shorts, and they get to follow along. Oh, I can share it. I can show you the Patreon page actually. Let me just pull it up while I'm talking. They get to follow along on my Patreon journey, on my publishing journey, sorry, and they get to see the behind the scenes. One of my lovely patrons is actually in the chat as we speak. And Dolores, let me pull her up and say hi. Hello, Dolores. Thank you for hopping in. I didn't even. I wasn't expecting anyone to be here as I didn't announce anything. I just popped up and said, let me get Tropey Tuesdays done because I know my joints are killing me because it's raining outside. We have storms brewing outside, and if when the storms are coming, I tell you, when the storms are coming, my joints act up. So yeah, I'm not. This won't be a very long live. It will just be discussing the kidnap trope, and we will go from there. I'll show you. Let me share my screen and show you the Patreon. So for those who aren't aware, this is my Patreon. It's called the Loveland. And it says the Loveland with Lily Love because that's the pen name I publish with over there. And yeah, we are growing strong. We have 15 members and we have 3 different tiers. You don't have to be a paid member. Not all these 15 people are paid members. There is, you can join for free, and I try to do weekly updates so that all members, even if you can't afford to join a tier, can actually see what we're doing and follow along. You just won't get the in-depth behind the scenes and how-tos that I publish for my paid members. And also my paid members get access to free copies of the book. And the first book that we have is live on Amazon. It's live in. Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize if you hear any weird sounds. I apologize. My joints hurt when I move. It hurts, but I'm trying to push through this for y'all. Um, so it's on live on Amazon. It's in Kindle format and paperback. The paperback is a little mini cute paperback. It comes in at 98 pages. That's the front. This is the back. And yeah, it's a super sweet read. So go ahead and check that out if that's something you're interested in. I also have, oh, Dolores says it's totally worth the money though. Thank you, thank you. It really means the world to know that the content that I'm putting up there is beneficial. So thank you so much. Um, I also publish books under Sky Winter, and you can find that on Amazon as well in KU. Sky is the steamy side of this of this channel and publishing we're going. So we have Sky, which does steamy, Lily, which does clean. So whichever side of romance you fall in, whatever floats your boat, then you can definitely find something for you there. Hello, Esther. Hello. Again, this won't be a very long live as I am not in it's it's not very new. It's still it just had a little new bit onto it. It's the intro, a similar intro that I've been using from AWC, just tweaked for Tropey Tuesdays. It's the same thing I'll use as the outro too. So you'll see it in a bit. This won't be a long video because my joints hurt. So let's dive right into our trope deep dive. Today we're gonna be deep, and it will be a chatty video. I did not get a chance to do the presentation, so it's more of a chatty video. I have some pictures I'll share, and we'll just chat. Um, so we are going to be discussing the kidnapped trope. And as it sounds, it is very, very self explanatory. The kidnap trope is mostly seen in like romantic suspense and dark romances or action or other genres. And it's, as you guessed it, when it's based in romance, either one or both characters are kidnapped. Sometimes one is the kidnapper, one is the kidnappee. One is forced. It could be forcing them together, or you could have one being the kidnapper that they are basically running the story as the story unfolds, and they change their minds eventually if this is a romance, either letting the character escape or falling for each other along the way. Either way, this is normally the adhesive in the story because our characters end up stuck together. Now, just a disclaimer before I go in, I think this should go without saying, but I do not condone kidnapping in real life. We're talking about kidnapping in fiction. Right, Esther? Let's talk kidnap. Let's talk kidnap. We're talking about kidnapping in fiction, solely fiction. And this is a trope that can be used in almost every genre that exists, right? I will lean more towards romance. I do have two examples. One that's a dark sort of steamy romance, and one that's like an action, because kidnapping is universal. It depends on, oh, that sounds horrible when I say it that way. The kidnap trope is universal. And while it is sort of a taboo theme, it can catapult you into very, 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 very different directions that gives you content, that gives not content, that gives you work with me brain, that gives you conflict. That's the C word I'm looking for. That gives you conflict and drives the story along. Now, let's take this from the romance standpoint, first of all. Now, kidnapping in romance should not be the only. You want to pair this with other things that will turn the situation into something that readers can root for, right? Oftentimes, readers don't want to root for a kidnapper unless it's in a dark romance. And even in a dark romance, that kidnapper better have some things going on around them so that the reader knows, okay, they're not just kidnapping this person for kidnapping's sake. Is this person in the mafia and they were ordered by their capo to go ahead and kidnap this person? Is this person off, like, does this person have the mental fortitude of like the person or example today? Does this person have the mental fortitude that they believe that they are going after what they want? They, in their delulu brain, they believe they're going after what they want, and the only way to get this is to force this person into this situation, or to grab this person. Were they sent by someone because this person owes them money? Is it a situation where maybe not the heroine, but someone related to the heroine or the hero? Because you do have females that the female could be the person going there too, or your non-binary character. Anyone? Is it that they are essentially someone related to them owes them or has some debt to pay, and they are the debt repayment, so to speak? You need to have other instances, other scenarios that are pushing the driving this force. Why is the kidnapping happening? And so that's the first thing you need to basically note or let the readers know in your story. What's the reason this is where we ended up? right? You don't want to just jump in the very first page on your very, unless you're going to do some flashbacks. I wouldn't recommend on the very first page of your story that kidnapping going on, unless you're writing like a heavy, heavy suspense story and you're going to be doing that flashback and bringing the readers along and showing them why this is happening, right? So you want to show why the kidnap is happening. That's number one. Two, you need to move on from that kidnapping and show sweeter, if this is a romance, you want to show sweeter sides of both the kidnapper and the kidnappee that would show us their walls breaking down. Like, it's uncanny in a romance for someone in this scenario, in this predicament, to end up softening and having feelings for each other. But what are those moments that cause that person to say, see this person in a different light, right? Someone just kidnapped you, but they're also pretty nice. They're also pretty sweet. They're not tightening the things as tight as they're supposed to be. They're ensuring you have water. They're ensuring you have food. They're checking on your well being. So you want to do little sweet things that will show the readers that, okay, this person is not just callous, this person is not just going to go on a rampage. There is a sweeter side, there's something going on here, right? So you still want to keep this a kidnapping. So even though in those sweet moments, maybe the person that's in charge sees those sweet moments and they get in trouble for it, or some repercussion happens, but you still want to have those sweet moments in the story and play with it. Use it to ramp up the tension. Use it to put the characters closer together. This is essentially just a binding agent, right? You force them together. Now what are you going to do while they're together? And how will you resolve this? So that is three. So number one was why. Number two was what is this going to bring in their relationship? And number three is how are you going to resolve it? Now, the two popular ways is A, they are going to fall in love together. Whether if they were kidnapped together, the time spent together forces them to create a bond. If it was kidnapper, kidnappee, those sweet moments that you threw in helps to get them building that connection. So now you got to decide, are you going to let this person free, or are they going to get married and run away together? It's all up to you, but you need to resolve this in a believable manner. Um, Hello, Kill Gamer. Thank you for stopping by. Esther says, I used not to like this. Oh, so she used to not like this until she watched a series where the second couple started in a kidnap situation and you could see how soft the kidnapper. Yes. So I don't know what series you're talking about. But yes, those sweet moments are very important. Because this is a very tricky trope. Like, obviously, we don't condone kidnapping in real life. And even so, in fiction going in, most people at that initial kidnap, they're like, what's going on, especially in a romance. But if you sprinkle in those sweet moments, those softer moments to show that the kidnapper, maybe they don't really want to be doing this, but if they don't do it, they're risking their own lives, right? Or maybe they're risking their family members or lover or loved one's life. So they're like, let us do this. So they do it, though they don't really want to. And so that's why those little sweet, softer moments come in, because you can see that they want to ensure that that person is okay. Or maybe they actually went in because they were the leader, they were the aggressor initially. But after seeing the person and interacting with the person, the softer sides of them start to show and start to reveal that, okay, there's probably more to this person and I want to get to know that person. So having those three things into your story will ensure that the readers are along for the ride. So show why there's a kidnap is happening, then do the actual kidnapping. If you do the kidnapping before, ensure that there are flashbacks at good moments in your story that can show what led to this happening. But we need to know the why. Two, show what the kidnapping does to the characters, right? It's forcing them together. How does that go? How what happens while they're together, right? Show that on page. And three, how are they going to get out of this? Are they going to escape? Are they going to, the kidnapper, if the kidnapper was a part of the couple, is that person going to help the other person escape, make it seem like an accident? Are they going to run away together? Are they going to team up and overthrow whoever was the leader? Make it believable, make it entertaining, and your readers will be eating out of the palm of your hands. Okay, let me. Oh, Esther, I'm gonna dive in right into the examples. We're on a fast grind. It's 15 minutes in. We're gonna dive into our examples and go from there. Esther says, I mean, it's not a go-to trope, but it right. But if it's a book I'm already reading or series I'm watching, I will continue reading or watching. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Again, this trope is generally used in like suspenseful stories. So like romantic suspense, dark romances, or even not romance, even action movies with maybe romance trope. Side oh, sorry guys, when I'm in pain my brain does things. Subplot, maybe action movies or books with a subplot or other suspenseful genres. So it may not be your go to, but it can show up in any genre that you have, and only if it's done right that reader will continue reading. There will be people that instantly DNFs or stop watching. But if you do it right, right, most times readers will give you that little, they'll give you that little leeway to see, okay, where is this going? So you have to ensure you're doing it right, or else you're gonna lose the reader, you're gonna lose that viewer if you're doing TV scripts. Okay, examples. Let me go ahead and share we're sharing pictures, not trailers, because we're not trying to get in trouble with the YouTubes. So let's go ahead. I'll share the picture I have up with you. Okay, you're gonna see some boxes popping up, the StreamYard boxes, because it doesn't give me the option to just share the photo I have open. So ignore the StreamYard Inception boxes. Okay, so the first movie we're discussing, well, we're discussing the book first, the same book. Is 365 Days by Blanka Lipinska. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. Um, she they created this dark. Well, I call it dark. It was probably just romantic suspense over where she was or over where they were. So Blanca crafted this story that has made waves. And it got a Netflix adaptation. I have that open as well. And the Netflix adaptation took a lot of liberties, but it was very, very similar to the actual plot of the book. So this is our book example and one of our movie examples. And it essentially follows Massimo. And Massimo is in the mafia, of course, and he's one of those people who believes he should go to all lengths to go after what he wants. Right? So I'm he sees our protagonist and he's smitten. He's overtaken, borderline obsessed with her. But he is convinced that if he could just get her alone with him for just 365 days, then she would fall head over heels with him. So this is what he does. He plots his plan and he kidnaps her and he keeps her locked into, he doesn't treat her badly. He's one of those that gives her, like, he locks her into his castle is what I can only call it, because it's a massive building. But he locks her into his luxury castle and he basically tells her she's gonna fall in love with him. And it starts off very, this is a 18 and over movie, I should say. It starts off very what's the word I can use at just 4:15 in the evening. It starts off very, there are things that he does. Okay? He does a lot of sexual things, sexual things, both to and in front of or a heroine, to basically show her what she's missing out on, right? And but he would give her what she wants. She could shop if she wants, she could eat what she wants, she could do whatever she wanted, and just not leave, right? And so it unfolds that way, and eventually or heroine, because our heroine was attracted to him from the get-go, but of course he kidnapped her, so she doesn't want to really give in to anything that is not like normally accepted. So there's a block in her brain. So we follow her as she breaks down that blockage in her brain and gives into her attraction to Massimo. And they eventually, spoiler alert, they end up together, they get married. It is 365 days is an interesting one. It is definitely not a healthy healthy relationship. It is very very much toxic, but in the darker romance world, toxic a little toxicity is welcomed. So Massimo got his happy ever after. It started out with a kidnapping, and that was one of the examples that shows kidnapping in a romance setting or a romantic setting. All right, now our second example, and that is, well, the third, because the first one was the book. If you want to read the source content, it's 365 Days. It was written by Blanca Lipinska. I may have butchered that last name, but Blanca, if you ever see this, um, I was one of the persons that enjoyed your book, enjoyed the adaptation. So I mean, no disrespect. And the third example, second movie example is Taken. This is definitely not romance, to show you that the kidnap trope can be used in many a genres. Taken, starring Liam Neeson, and the tagline says, I will find you, I will kill you." This one is very entertaining from the very first second as the movie starts to the end, and it essentially follows Liam's character, who's he has a strained relationship with his daughter, and he's doing everything in his power to make that right, until his daughter gets kidnapped by a group of people that wants to turn her into a sex slave, and he is not having that at all. So that kidnapping moment catapults the movie into him hunting down these people to save his daughter, and hence why the "I will find you, I will unalive you" thing tagline in this, because essentially without that kidnapping, the movie would have not gone, and it would just have been it wouldn't have been an action, it would have been a domestic type of movie, and it would not be the same. So that kidnapping in this movie was the catapult of the action, the thing that made us want to continue watching, continue going. um because we follow them throughout. I think his daughter's name is Kim, and we follow the Liam's character going after Kim, and we follow him as he goes through every single person and place and rabbit hole that he thinks Kim could be on the other side of, right? And I won't spoil this one, because this one you definitely need to go in and watch to see. It's an older movie. You may have already seen it. I'm pretty sure it came out in 2009 in Canada. That means it may have been out from 2008 in the States and Europe. But if you haven't seen it, go ahead and watch it. It covers 4 days, 4 whole days of action packed, that is essentially started in the sequence of events after a kidnapping. So that's how you can use a kidnap trope if you are essentially writing action. The same thing can be done if you're writing a thriller, if you're writing um a suspense, a mystery, whatever genre you're in. Just remember, this kidnap trope, this act of kidnapping is a catalyst that pushes the plot into maybe your B story, or into your second acts, or into the action, the meat of the story. So that's what you need to keep in mind. And I'm going to go ahead and round out and close it out here. Oh, welcome, Mama Maggie. Thank you for dropping by. These videos that I do on Tuesdays are very short. Today is even shorter, as I'm not in the greatest health wise right now, but I pushed through. So you can watch the replay if you're interested in learning some more about the kidnap trope. Esther says, "Is there Massimoff that is not a mafia lord?" Or nope, nope, not at all. Every time I've heard the name Masi anything, they're always some criminal or some major vampire lord. It's always one of those two. Arrived too late. No, not a problem, Mama Maggie, not at all. I normally do them at 5 o'clock, but I have some other things to get through, and I know because it's raining heavily outside, and the more the rain continues, is the more the joint pains get. So I just wanted to be sure I was able to get it done this week. Thank you, thank you. The answer, right? There always some criminal or some I don't know why. I'm sorry for anyone that's called Massimo or Massy anything in the real world, but your name is always associated with some crime lord or something of that sort. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying. I will. I do have some Patreon stuff I want to record, but it's not. It's like social media stuff, so I will be fine. I will be fine. Rest as much as right. I'm trying. My brain doesn't turn off, but my body will have to do it. Esther, do it. Esther says now I need a vampire Massimo. Do it. I say do it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna round this out here. Again, I have been D. I write under an independent name, Sky Winter. You can find me everywhere, Sky Winter at Sky Winter Books across the internet. I also write under Lily Love. Sky Winter is the steamy side of things. Lily Love is a clean, sweet Hallmark time type romances where sweet means funny. And you can follow along Lily Love's journey by getting to shadow my publishing journey on my Patreon. The link is down below. It's at patreon.com/skywinterbooks, where you can follow me publishing, creating, publishing, researching the market, creating socials, creating the newsletter, and following along on the whole journey, seeing analytics, seeing the royalties when those start coming in for Lily Love. So check that out over on Patreon. And that is all, folks. Thank you so much for stopping by and discussing the kidnap trope with me. I hope to see you next week where we're going to be talking about maid/butler, mostly in romance. But if I find it in other fictional genres, I will also share it there as well. Let me just run through the comments really quickly and then we'll do our outro. I think I stopped off here. So just so I can keep up the tradition. Yes, do it. Do it. See you, Esther. Thank you for stopping by. Mama Maggie says Alexandrovs were the cousins of Russian Tsar and were criminal overlords that were part of the reasons why the Bolsheviks rebelled. Ooh! Write this, Mama Maggie. We need this. Please write this story. Esther says both Lily and Sky have books. Yes, yes, I can show you. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. We do. I was going to go. I was going to go. Let me show you. I can get you links. I can do things. I can do things. Um, so Lily has one book out. Oh, am I sharing? I'm not sharing. Okay, I'm just gonna show you really quickly because we shout our books out here. We shout our books out here. And here we go. Share the screen. Entire screen. Okay, so Lily has one book out and it's called Crushing on My Brother's Best Friend. It is a sweet, clean, small town insta love romance. It can be read by all ages. There is nothing sexual or anything in sight. Is sweet, clean. Think Hallmark with a bit of funny, right? So this is Lily Love's book. It is available in Kindle and a mini paperback. So you can grab that if you would like. I'll drop the link in the chat right after this. And Sky has a bunch of books available on the Kindle store. Sky's book, as you see from the covers, are much more steamier. They're on the steamy side. So if you are interested in a steamy read, go ahead and check out Sky. And if you are interested in a clean, oops, a clean, more clean, sweet type romance, check out Lily. Lily has a ton of things coming, guys. I wish I could tell you more, but Lily has a ton of things going, including a Christmas book that's in a collaboration that Sky Winter, I'm helping to organize. And it is, I'll show my patrons will get to show all that's involved in participating in that one. I cannot show the running, the organization side because I have to protect the authors that are involved privacy, but you can follow me along as I participate over there, and it's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun. Um, just so that you can get the links, the links are being pasted down below for Sky's Amazon and Lily's Amazon. So you can check those out. Running through the comments. Rain. Have a blessed rain and avoid the floors of the flood water. I'll have a blessed day. I assume that's what Mama Maggie was trying to say. Have a blessed day. You too, Mama Maggie. I will avoid the rain and do not go outside on a sunny day. I will not be going outside in the rain. Enemies full of maiden butler tropes. Ooh, yes, 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 yes. And I just thought of an action one with it too. That's true. Links will be eventually in the description box below. Yes, they are. They will be down below. This is exciting. Lily is killing it. Yay! I might be running these hell to the ground. Oh, I hope that's not the case, but she is killing it. Then these are the links. It's all exciting. Yes. Okay, so those are the links. All right, guys, I am going to run. I'm going to run so you do not have to hear me groaning in pain. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. Save all your work. Hydrate and be kind to yourself and to others. Bye, guys.
Let's talk about love, like you and me all night, and let's talk about love, and feeling alright, and let's talk about love, yeah, baby, come and dance with me.